Hello, this is Aditya, US16 CS008. This video is for my first experiment in object-oriented C++ program. So, what I have done in my first experiment is this: to get an output message of hello world while the execution of program. So this is my program which I've used to execute what I want. So, I've used hashtag include iostream and using namespace std. These are the header files which we have to use to execute a C++ program. Then I've used a term cout. Cout is a keyword in C++ programming which is used to get an output message directly while we execute a program. So as I want to execute hello world, I want to get a message hello world in my output. So I've just given a command of cout hello world to the compiler to compile it and give me the hello world message in my output. So I will run my program. So just I have to build and run my program. While building and running my program, I got hello world as my output which I want while the execution of program. So I've just given cout hello world. So while I'm running the program, it gives hello world. So this was my first experiment in C++. Now what I have done in the second part is to get a palindrome to verify whether a number is palindrome or not. Palindrome is a term which says that if a user is giving an input and that number input is equal to the mirror input, mirror image of that number, then that number is termed in the category of palindrome. So this is applicable in words also. If for example we take a word mom, the mirror image of the word mom is again mom, M-O-M. So this mom word is categorized under the term palindrome. So now I've made a program in C++ to show to verify whether a number is a palindrome or not. So I've again taken two header files, hashtag include iostream and using name std. In the main file, I've declared four integer variable in which one of the variable I've already initialized is to 0, which is a reverse one, and other are n, num, and digit. So I've told you that cout is what we are using to get an output message in our while execution. So enter a number. I'm asking the user to enter a number. Cin is a term which is used to take an input from the user. So I've declared to enter a number. Then the user will give a number that will be stored in num. Okay, and the integer variable n is equal to the num. Num means the number which the user have been inputting. Now we're using a do while loop here, which will continue till the condition is true. First implementation which we will do it, digit is integer variable which will be equal to the num modulus 10. Num is that number which the user have been inputted. It will be modulus divided by 10, and the remainder of that result will be stored in digit. Now the second implementation will be reverse is equal to reverse into 10 plus digit. Reverse, which we already declared at 0, will be implemented here. 0 is equal to 0 into 10 plus the digit. Digit is what the remainder which we got in the first implementation. Now the third step, which will num equal to num divided by 10. Num is that number which the user have been inputted. It will be divided by 10. Means the number which will be inputted will be divided by 10, and the number without the remainder will be taken as stored in num. This loop will continue till the number is not equal to 0. Continue till it is not equal to 0. But when the number becomes equal to 0, it will break the loop and come again to the next step. Cout reverse of the number is rev. Means the reverse of the number is stored in rev. So we'll give a message that to the user. We'll tell the user that the reverse of the number is this. Means rev, which has been stored, is the reverse of that number. Now the compiler will check that the n, which we have already initialized to be num, the user input number, is equal to the reverse or not. Means which we have, the first thing which we want that to check that the mirror image of that number is equal to the input. So reverse is that mirror image of that number. The compiler will check that the inputted number and the reverse number are equal. If both of the numbers are equal, then the compiler will say that the number comes under the term palindrome. Otherwise, if it is not equal, then the compiler will say that the number is not palindrome. Now, I will explain you with an example. Build and run my program. So, my program is asking for enter a number. If I am entering a number 1 to 1. Now, enter. The reverse of the number is 1 to 1. Means that my compiler is telling that the mirror image of the number is 1 to 1. And this is a palindrome. Means the inputted number and the reverse number both are same. So, it is categorized under the term palindrome. Now I will explain you with one more example. Enter a number. I'm entering 1, 2, 3, 4. Enter. The reverse of the number is 4, 3, 2, 1. So the mirror image of the number is not equal to the input image, so it is termed as under not a palindrome. The compiler says that this number is not a palindrome. Thank you. This was my first experiment in object oriented C++.